Italian history, a grand stage where princes and popes, artists and emperors, designers and sculptors have all left their indelible mark. But amidst the towering figures of ancient Rome and the spiritual authority of the papacy, there exists a dynasty, often overlooked outside Italy, yet whose influence is undeniable. The House of Savoy. Picture this: a family not defined by emperors or pontiffs, but by kings and queens. They were the architects of a unified Italy, standing tall amidst the storms of European politics, Napoleon's conquests, and the upheavals of 2 world wars. Today, we unveil the epic saga of a family that shaped modern Italy, the Savoy Dynasty. The Savoy family isn't just another noble lineage, they're the OGs of Italian royalty, reigning supreme for nearly a millennium, from the 11th century all the way to 1946. And even after the Italian Republic showed them the door in 46, many still see them as Italy's unofficial royal fam. Now, let's talk about Emanuele Filiberto, the quintessential modern-day prince. Born in exile due to Italy's ban on Savoy male heirs, he's like the prodigal son making a royal comeback. But he's not just lounging in his castle, he's out there hustling like a prince-turned-mogul. From rubbing shoulders with Italy's elite on Dancing with the Stars to spearheading dynastic orders and even dabbling in politics, Emanuele's got more than just a regal title. With a net worth of $100 million and a penchant for fantasy castles, he's living the royal dream. And let's not forget about Vittoria di Aosta, breaking through ceilings and smashing stereotypes as the first female heir in a millennium. It's a royal rumble of dynastic disputes and legal dramas, but with a touch of Italian flair and fabulous attire. At just 17, this genetically blessed Italian princess is juggling the weight of a 1,000-year legacy, while living the life of a modern influencer and aspiring fashion designer. Paris, France may be her current playground, but she's got her eyes set on more than just the runways. Meanwhile, enter Prince Amona, the distant cousin of Emanuele and another claimant for the Italian throne. Caught in a title tussle that reads like a royal soap opera, he's the Duke of Aosta, but it's a crown of thorns with family feuds and contested claims. Beyond the noble squabbles, he's also dabbling in diplomacy and the tire business. Because, why not? He's a Savoy, after all. The Savoy legacy isn't just about ruling, it's about leaving a mark, even in exile. They dream big, aiming to reclaim their name and crown jewels, a dazzling hoard of diamonds and pearls that could rival any royal Instagram feed. And they're not done yet. The family's home city of Turin, for instance, boasts not 1, not 2, but 11 unique palaces containing rooms full of everything a ruler could ever wish for, from the royal armory to a private royal theater. When you're as powerful as a Savoy, the idea of mingling with common folk doesn't even cross your mind. Moreover, without the efforts of the Savoy dynasty to unify Italy, there may well have been no kingdom to rule in the first place. They were arguably the only family throughout Italy's history to stand a chance of achieving this feat, exemplifying their dominance completely. But it wasn't just military might and geographical control that the Savoys exerted. Many members of this illustrious family were also beloved by the Italian people. Take Margherita of Savoy, for instance, so adored by the people that they named the Margherita pizza after her, a pizza that represents the Italian flag. This name has been carried forward for centuries, firmly embedded in Italian culture. So, it's undeniable that the Savoy family was, and in many ways continues to be, one of the most dominant forces Italy has ever seen. But where did it all begin? To answer that question, we need to travel not to a part of Italy, but interestingly, to southern France. Yes, this great Italian family didn't start its journey in Italy. Instead, the name Savoy actually originates from the Savoy region in the south of France. Historians trace the birth of what would become the Savoy dynasty to Humbert I, who acquired the county of Savoy, among other areas in the 11th century. But it wasn't until Humbert's son, Otto of Savoy, ascended to leadership that the Savoys began to take an interest in the beauty of Italy. This arose from his marriage to the Marchesa Adelaide of Turin, effectively giving the family control of the then small towns of Turin and Pinerolo. Now, in the 11th century, Italy was a patchwork of power struggles, far from the ideal battleground for ambitious small-time nobles seeking to extend their dominion. That's where the Normans come in, a group of audacious warriors from the north of France, known for their military prowess and strategic acumen. Piedmont's fertile valleys and Subia's strategic location as a gateway to the Alps became the bedrock upon which the Savoy dynasty would build its legacy. Otto's successes didn't stop there. He laid the groundwork for future generations to thrive. Take Amadeus Fine, for instance, who introduced the law of primogeniture, ensuring the family's power wouldn't be divided upon the leader's death. But it was Amadeus II who really kicked things up a notch. Capturing the port of Nice in France opened up new trade routes, turbocharging the Savoy's influence, and when Holy Roman Emperor Sigismund promoted Amadeus VII to Duke of Savoy in 1416, it was game on. This elevation marked a monumental leap for the Savoys, solidifying their place as major players on the European stage. However, just when things were looking up, a period of weak leadership threatened to derail the Savoy's trajectory. In the hands of lackluster rulers like Louis and Philibert II, the family's domain became vulnerable. Louis's indecisiveness and Philibert II's focus on personal pursuits left the Savoys ripe for the picking, and the French swooped in, snatching their lands in 1536. But fear not, for the Savoys were not ones to stay down for long. Leader Emmanuel Philibert made a strategic move, serving France's archenemy, the Habsburgs, as governor of the Netherlands. Leading the Spanish to victory at St. Quentin, he reclaimed his family's lands bit by bit, proving that the Savoys were a force to be reckoned with. As other houses bickered over politics, the Savoys slowly but surely reaffirmed their status. Recapturing both Turin and Nice, they solidified their position as major players in the ongoing battle for European dominance, and as the years went by, their star only continued to rise. Enter Emmanuel II, following in his father's footsteps, dedicating his life to elevating the Savoy family to even greater heights. But their journey didn't stop there. Oh no, it was just the beginning of the rise of the kings of Italy. In the 17th century, a pivotal figure emerged in the Savoy saga, Emmanuel. Not only did he boost Turin's economic prosperity, but he also turned the port of Nice into a bustling hub by forging a trade route through the treacherous French Alps. With economic stability and political savvy, the Savoys continued their ascent throughout the century. But then came the War of Succession in Spain, a game-changer in European politics. With the Spanish Empire's assets up for grabs, Savoy leader Victor Amadeus faced a crucial decision. Opting to side with the Habsburgs, Victor Amadeus showcased his diplomatic finesse, navigating the volatile political landscape of Europe with precision. His gamble paid off handsomely when the Treaty of Utrecht was inked in 1713, reshaping the continent's map and elevating Victor Amadeus from Duke to King of Sicily. It was a crowning achievement for the Savoys after centuries of toil. However, their reign over Sicily was short-lived, as they were compelled to exchange it for Sardinia in 1720, amidst the tumult of the Quadruple Alliance. Forced to sign the Treaty of Paris, the Savoys watched as French troops marched through their Piedmontese domain. Further turmoil followed, with King Charles Emmanuel IV compelled to abdicate in 1798, passing the throne to his brother Felix. Yet, despite these internal struggles, the kingdom remained intact, restored in 1814 with the acquisition of new territories like Genoa. As the decades passed, the Savoy's power continued to swell, culminating in the coronation of King Charles Albert in 1831. It was a testament to their resilience and adaptability as they navigated the tumultuous waters of European politics with finesse. Enter Charles Albert, a visionary monarch who introduced the Statuto Albertino in 1848, a groundbreaking constitution promising civil liberties and laying the groundwork for a parliamentary system. With the Savoys at the helm, Italy's destiny seemed bright. But alas, the tides of change swept in swiftly. As the idea of a parliamentary system gained traction, the Savoys found themselves on the wane. The decline wasn't just political. It mirrored shifting societal values, with hereditary rule falling out of favor. And then came the tragic events that shook the monarchy to its core. The massacre of 1865, where King Charles Albert's forces brutally suppressed protesters, left an indelible stain on the monarchy's reputation. The monarchy's image took further hits under King Umberto I, especially with his endorsement of the Beara Bears massacre in 1898. a bloody crackdown on bread price protesters. But the breaking point came with the assassination of King Umberto I in 1900 by anarchist Gaetano Bresci. Motivated by a desire to avenge the victims of the Barabeari massacre, Bresci's act symbolized the deep-seated resentment against a dynasty perceived as out of touch with the aspirations of modern Italy. Thus, the Savoy's journey, once a tale of triumph and unity, took a dramatic turn. From the zenith of power to the tarnished legacy and challenged authority, they found themselves grappling with the forces of progress and unity they had helped unleash. In a blink, it seemed, the Savoys had it all taken away. If you like this video, you will appreciate our video on a $19 billion empire built on scandal, the Murdoch family.